Hello and welcome to another episode of the Peelerz Podcast, where we discuss the nitty, the gritty, and the pretty side of stripping. Here with your host, Kruella Kraken, and today I have...
Ania Woods.
Ania Woods, she's back. It is Saturday the 21st?
Yeah.
22nd? 21st?
The 21st.
Tomorrow's the meeting, and the day after, STRIPPERLYMPICS begins.
Yeah. So excited.
You've had 2 years off.
Yeah.
You have 2 previous titles.
Yep.
So you are going for your 3rd big title within Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you nervous? Does it feel different?
Yeah, a little bit because I've never taken this much time off. Well, I guess that's a lie, actually, because COVID. So the last time I took this much time off, I won. So, But it has been a while since I've taken time off from a contest. So it does kind of feel a little bit different. I feel super prepared, but I know what to expect, but I'm almost like, why does this feeling like not feel so like the same? Like, I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. I'm really excited though.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the most excited I've been to compete ever. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just because I have like a fun theme and I'm really well rehearsed, and my sisters are going to be doing it with me, which is really, really cool too.
Have you ever done one without your sisters?
No, yes. The ones that they weren't 18 yet. They couldn't be yet.
So they've been basically not born into it, but as soon as they were legal, they were in it.
Yeah. So I did 2 STRIPPERLYMPICS without them, and then I've done 1 Miss Nude Canada without them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I wish I had blood relatives that I could just be like, stagehands, please help me.
Yeah, and they love it.
And they're great at their jobs, and they've been in performance before. They're dancers as well, right? Yeah. You started as... Was it contemporary or something like that?
I did all of them, like all that jazz. I did tap, ballet, hip hop, Ukrainian, lyrical, like literally every dance.
Ukrainian,
yeah, I even did Ukrainian. So yeah, I've done lots of different styles of dancing. I grew up dancing, so.
Which style of dance do you think helped you out the most?
In stripping?
Yeah.
Probably contemporary dancing. Honestly, it was my favorite. And
so that's like the Abby Lee Miller specialty, right?
Yeah, contemporary is. I don't know. I feel like I connected to contemporary because as a ballerina, they want like tall, thin, really, tall, thin girls, you know, and like I'm short and stocky and like very powerful. So contemporary was good because I could spin, I could jump, and it was more about you feeling the music and like connecting to the dance than it was about
and like telling a story.
Technique. Yeah. So I think that helped me the most. But then also when it comes to competitions, I'm very like campy and like smiley and like crazy.
Very jazz hands.
So it's very jazz, yeah. And like this competition is going to have more, like this theme this year is going to have more underlays of like cheerleading, even though I never took cheerleading. But America is very cheerleader-esque, so...
It is. It's very America.
Yeah, cheerleaders I find are very, yeah.
I remember even when doing competitive like stripping, if you heard that there was a states like team coming up, no fucking chance you're winning. They take cheers seriously.
You said competitive stripping. Did you mean competitive cheering?
Competitive cheering. Yeah. We do competitive stripping now, but
but competitive cheering.
Yes. Competitive cheerleading. Yes. Stunt groups. All that fun stuff.
Do you find that like the girls that have probably some of the strongest or stronger shows all have backgrounds in something? It's like they didn't just come from... Actually...
What about like Jasmine?
I was literally just going to say Jasmine. Her technique and her flexibility and the way she picks up on shit, I can't believe she didn't take any sort of extracurricular that required your body to do that.
I think she did basketball?
That doesn't correlate.
I've never asked her. I should have asked her when she was here earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she does have very excellent form, pointed toes.
She's so flexible, like, and she can pick up on choreography just by watching.
And her musicality is very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually insane. Because, Serena did cheer. Melina did diving.
Lots of gymnastics, lots of Mia and ballerina.
Mia was a ballerina.
Yeah.
Demi was a ballerina. Well, she wasn't a ballerina. I think she was like me, did lots of the different dancing.
And she did cheer for a little bit too.
Okay. Oh, I think, what did Odessa do? Did she do gymnastics? I think she may have, or dancing.
No, she did gymnastics.
She did gymnastics?
Yeah, because she knows far more about handstands than I do. And I want her to teach me.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, it is very fucking cool. I wish is there anything that you wish you stayed in just to strictly help your stripping career?
Yeah, I wish I would have stayed in dancing a little bit longer, but I fell out of love with dancing later on in my career. So like after I graduated, even when I was in high school, my last year, I was over it. And then I moved to Mexico to dance. Like I got a contract to go down there and dance, and I just kind of fell out of love with it. Oh my God, your dog.
You okay? Yeah.
It's a little backward sneeze.
Can you go away? Oh, you're my sweet girl. Do you remember? I have a picture of Hooks, or Bonnie was first wearing my crown, Hooks wearing my crown, and then Buckley wearing my crown. It was like each dog each time, which is like every time I look at it now, I think of that fucking rumor where it's like she sacrifices her dogs. I'm like, fuck. If someone actually believed that, that looks so fucking sacrificial. Go, Buckley. Buckley, no, go down. Get out of here.
There we go.
Yeah. We were joking around because there was this dog on the SPCA and it's 9, and I thought it was so cute, and I love senior dogs. And this guy I'm chatting with, he's like, you should just go with this rumor. He's like, just only adopt senior dogs. And this whole rumor of like, oh my God, didn't she get that dog like 3 years ago? Oh my God, didn't she get that dog like 2 years ago? Like, yeah, but he was 9, so he aged appropriately.
Well, you're technically not going to be competing anymore, though. So how are you supposed to sacrifice your dogs?
I don't know, for good luck. I'm sure someone would make something up.
Yeah.
I'd get like new boobs and they'd be like, oh, it's because she killed her dog. It's like, dude. I really wonder if I was the one that started the rumor about you having tattoos on your face because you burnt your face. And that's where rumors start, right? They start with a little something, and then it transforms into, because like all it takes is hearing something through 3 different people for the story to be like way more dramatic.
Yeah, and I'm always wondering, because I'm like, I actually thought that, so I'm like, I'm wondering if I was the one that said that.
It's the funniest thing to this day.
It's so funny. I'm like, I don't.
And I only found that out because I showed girls pictures of where my face was burnt and how bad it was and how it can look bad, and it actually isn't that bad. Like a 2nd degree burn can really, really look bad, but it's actually not that crazy bad. I remember opening it to Mia, and she's like, oh, your burns are all up here. I thought you got all these tattoos because you got burnt. I'm like, no, my burns were here. I got like a little bit on my chin, but it made my skin nicer. My skin was completely clear wherever it was burned.
Well, yeah, they literally do that. Like those like chemical peels and stuff is literally what they're doing, is burning your fucking face
blowing
off.
Fire
it's like
in your face.
Degree burn. Yeah, like have you seen people after they get those treatments?
Yeah, they look fucked up.
Yeah, I want to get one, but I need to make sure that I'm not working.
I want to do that on my face and my hands.
Oh, yeah. Hands are aging so bad. Hey?
Because we use dry hands.
Yeah.
So we purposely dry out our hands and we flex them and we make them strong. Like, I have biceps in my fingers. They're so gross. Oh, I hate my hands.
I was trying to take a picture of my nails a couple months ago, and I was like, I have like 80-year-old woman hands.
I have to do like kind of like that. Like, I just only do that.
I can't post that.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
awful. I don't even want to send that to my friends. Like my hands literally look so old.
That's probably what I'm most self-conscious about at the moment, is my hands. But then I got them tattooed and I was like, oh my God, it's a new day. And then I got used to the tattoos.
I don't know. I feel like I have one tattoo on my finger, and I feel like it makes it worse. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yours aren't even that bad. I'm just like,
Don't show them.
It's gonna make a funny TikTok later though when I'm zooming in on them. God, they're like brain knuckles. That's what my friends used to call me in high school.
What did they call you?
Brain knuckles.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Whoa.
So with being a previous winner with the Stripper Olympics, it almost pissed me off how many people just kind of assumed like you have to win. You have to win. You shouldn't be nervous. You've done this a million times. And like, because you've won, you shouldn't really like be nervous, or you should be expecting to win. Or like a lot of the like, oh, you've done it before. That really irks me. I don't know if it irks you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm super excited, but I do feel like there's so much pressure because, yeah, I've done it before. And the other thing that kind of like is crazy is just I want people to compete to win, not to beat me. I was like, that's so sad for someone to be like, I beat Kruella, she's not that good, or I beat Ania, like it's not that big of a thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's so like, just compete just to compete, you know, like that'd be such a that sucks, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Like, if you're going to compete, that's just, like, how people are. Like, because there are people's goals. Like, you know, there's some people that are like, oh, my goal is to make it to finals, or my goal is to win, or my goal is to place. Like, there's people that are like, I just want to place higher than such and such. And I'm like, what a weird mindset to have.
It is. Do you remember that one year that girl was like, the only girl I'm losing to is Melina Combat?
Yeah,
and
like
then
that
she didn't
kind of
place.
thing.
And it's like, you can't, hold yourself. Trying to compare yourself to like one of the higher dancers is the worst way to not be your genuine self.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are only comparing yourself to someone who doesn't look like you, doesn't dance like you, and doesn't do the same tricks, and being like, I need to beat them or be better than them, get out of that mindset.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, be a better version of you as a dancer, not trying to mimic their show. That's not going to make you win. People notice it, for sure.
Yeah, they're like, oh, the last year's winner did that. That's why everyone's doing it this year.
Yeah.
So
the cold sparks,
yeah,
trying to figure out a new aerial prop. Everyone does that every year where they want something that's like, but it's like, why not just be really good at the prop that you like? Because you took the hoop, which you already love, and then you extended it on the things and learned a new routine on top of your existing
routine,
hoop routine, and it looks fucking amazing. Yeah, and you don't need that wow factor of like, that's something I haven't seen before as an aerial prop, because you are doing tricks people haven't seen before.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally. But yeah, there's pressure, but at the same time, I remind myself every day, I'm not, as I want to win. That is my goal, obviously, like because I've done it before. Like I would like to do it again, but if I don't, you know, it's not. I'm still going to be happy as long as I performed the best that I can do. I'm super happy with the outcome, because it's like, it's not in my control. If I go out there and I'm well prepared, well rehearsed, and I had fun and I did the best that I could do, the rest is not in my hands. So why would I be upset about it? Like, I'm going to be happy. And I mean, yeah, I'm doing it for fun, and I'm doing it because I absolutely love performing and being creative and doing those big shows, and all my friends and a lot of my family come too.
How many people are in your booths? Tell them, how many people are in your fucking booths? She got 2 booths for Saturday.
My sister printed up a list, and there was 42 people on it, and she missed a few.
I can't imagine performing for 42 of my friends. But then again, that's what Stripper Olympics is, because so many of my real friends that I know in real life who know my real name will message me and be like, your show was amazing, this and that. I'm like, you were there? I didn't even know you were in that fucking building. It was so packed. Yeah.
Oh. And then, there's going to be a lot of people there that I know on Saturday. I mean, I don't know. I don't have 45 different friends. They're like my friends and they're plus ones. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a lot of people coming for me. So that's also like very nerve wracking and like pressure.
And those are the people that you know and are planning, because like obviously lots more people that you know are going to show up, but also your fans that you don't know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those. It's fucking, oh my God, it's a lot. So with the pressure and the nerves, what is the best way that you find to cope, especially with working the week before, and sometimes it's kind of slow and nights can drag on? How do you deal with the pressure and the nerves?
That sucks. Like, honestly, being at work when I have something like this coming and it's dead, I just like, it's just in my head constantly, and that's all I can think about. Like, it almost causes me anxiety because I can't do anything about it because I'm at work and I'm not being productive at work either. So it's just like, that's the only thing that's in my head. But the way I cope with it is I practice. Like, as long as I'm doing something that has to do with it, then I find that I don't have any nerves or anxiety about it.
Oh, cool.
So even before my show, I try and like give myself something to do before my show. So what I'll usually do is like sign my posters and roll them up. Because it's something easy that I can just sit down while I'm at Shade the night that I'm performing and do that.
Yeah.
And then I feel good because then I'm like, I'm doing something.
Yeah, we have the fire props for that. I've always, like, I don't know why, but like my foreshadowing is always predicting injuries, and I always roll my posters, I'm not even joking, like a month before.
Really?
Because what if I get paper cut? And my hand is fucked and I can't perform on stage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, I don't know. As soon as I get my posters, I wrap them, I put them in their things, and then they're in their buckets ready to go in the garage. Like, you never know paper cuts are like, oh, I don't want to put that in ether either. No paper cuts this year. Nothing like that. Because there's been times where I've been injured on stage, like Miss New Canada, where it like affected my show because my fingers and everything were so cut up and I had all that shit wrapped around.
Yeah.
So, and like even someone wrote that on my costume, like don't know what the mitt was about. And I'm like, so I don't bleed everywhere.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And I couldn't grip the pole properly. I couldn't grab things. Like it really fucking put a damper on my show. And I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah. Did that ever happen at Stripperlympics where you were using glass? That was at Miss New Canada.
Miss New Canada.
Was that Miss New Canada?
Yeah, because it was a wine bottle inside of a hoof. Like it was a cow's leg. And I couldn't get the paint out. So I went like that. And I didn't realize I smashed the fucking wine top in there and just blended my finger in trying to get it to come out. So much fucking blood.
Have you
So
ever
much
burnt
blood.
yourself on stage while you're performing?
Yeah, my face.
Well, okay, yeah.
Not during a contest, but the one year, I think I've talked about this on the podcast. I was doing fire, and because of the adrenaline and everything like that, and I didn't shave my pubes. It was the second year that I won. I dragged the fire, and it stayed lit on my pubes, and I didn't notice it at all until JP posted a picture, and he's like, I thought it was part of the trick, but like you can still see the flame, because after I was washing, I was like, fuck, like my pubic bone hurts. Like what the hell's going on? Like it's like hurt. I thought it was because when I ripped out my underwear, I burnt myself from ripping it out so quick. I burnt myself with literal fire. And I was like, yeah, panicking. I'm like, oh my God, am I like coming out with something? Like, because it's stressful and our immune systems are down. I'm like, oh no, like was I dancing and I had a fucking rash on my crotch? No, I burnt it. Like burnt the fuck out of it.
That is so funny. The year of my circus, I burnt myself during my show, and it fucking hurt, and I had to like keep a smile on my face.
Where?
With my fire fans, I when I was lighting my trays, when I did this, my flame was really big and it burnt the tops of my fingers.
Ouchies. Ouchies.
And it never happened before, but I don't know if I just did it too fast and the flame came up. But yeah, and I was just like, oh, that hurt like a bitch, and you just got to keep going.
Yep,
and it hurt all the next day. I was in so much pain. And then my sister, I had those sparklers last year, those handheld sparklers. They fused together. And my sister was holding them. And so it ended up being like a sparkling torch. And a big piece fell into her shirt and caught fire, and she had like bad burns, like really bad. She had to go to the doctor and get like special cream for it and shit.
Oh God.
Yeah, and her shirt like fused to her chest. It was she got a really, really bad burn.
I tell girls this all the time when I'm training them fire. You are not to involve any of the crowd because you don't know what clothing they're wearing. Mm-hmm. And the owner of the bar in Vernon, that's what happened to her legs, is that someone was doing the like grazing people with fire in the crowd, and she's like, do it to me. Her pants lit up completely, melted to her skin. She had like 50 some skin grafts and all this shit.
Oh my God.
Completely, permanently fucked up. And she like, every time she's like, if you perform fire here, you are not to involve the crowd. I'm like, I'm surprised that you still allow girls to do fire here after that traumatic experience.
No kidding. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I honestly didn't think that those sparklers could catch fire because they're just like sparkling. But yeah, the way she was holding them, they fused together and then she couldn't get them undone. And then, yeah. And they're still sparking, right? So it's like flames sparking,
yeah,
which was crazy. And then you know how they have those like buckets of beer? She just went to a random table and went in the beer.
I love Stripperlympics. You can get away with anything.
Okay, Buckley, go lay down, you turd.
Buckley, are you the biggest turd? Can I come to the meeting again? I was actually going to bring her to the meeting, but then when Sydney's like, I'm bringing my birds, I'm like, no.
I'm so stoked to see JP's face when she brings her birds.
Oh God, I'm so excited to just have them.
I love macaws, but is she bringing all three?
She said she might bring 2.
They're going to be sitting there being like, ah! Like during our meeting. Like they're so fucking loud.
I hope that they pick
macaws
out the
are
names.
So loud.
Hi. Can you not drool on my stuff? Thank you. And burp on me? Thank you. What are you most worried about going wrong during Stripperlympics?
Ooh.
This could be this could be your show, my show, anyone else's show, in general thing going wrong.
During my show, I'm nervous about, so anything that's not in my control. So music, or cues when the screens come up and down or my hoop comes up and down. Because I know my cues and everybody else should know them, but they're not as well rehearsed as I am.
Yeah.
And that stuff will fuck up my show really bad if they're not on time.
Yeah. Fuck up your show to you.
Yeah.
Like we get it as dancers too. We would notice because we like get cues. We understand how that works. We can see panic in someone's face, but the crowd, well, they're gonna be so hammered anyway. I don't think they'd notice much of like counts being off or anything like that. But when you really want this thing to go together that you've been working so hard for, I get it.
Yeah.
You want it just fucking do it right. Want everything to go appropriately at the appropriate time, and I get it.
There was this Miss New Diamonds, the first contest I ever won. I had the screen down for my video, and at Diamonds, the moat was really far apart from where the stage was, and it also dipped down. And so it was kind of like a runway. And I needed the screen to come up, and the DJ turned on my music and forgot to lift the screen, and I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't jump in the moat and go around it. I'm not sure what to do. And my theme was military, and I went underneath the screen, and the crowd went fucking wild. And for that helped. Like, I just improvised, and it worked, and I ended up doing that again for the finale, which was amazing. But yeah, I don't know how much I can improvise this year if the screens don't come up. And same with the hoop. Like, I need the hoop to come down at a certain time. So yeah, I don't know how much I can improvise with that shit this year. So I like leaving room for error. And my saying for Stripper Olympics every year, the more you have, the more that can go wrong.
Yep.
So I do have a few things, but yeah, we'll see. We will see.
Buckley, what's your theme this year? What is your theme? Have you even talked about what is your theme? Why did you pick your theme?
It's Ania for president.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So with the upcoming election, what is it, in October or November? Like, everyone is seeing the campaigns and what are they called when they talk to each other? I can't remember.
Roast battles.
Yeah. Like all the stuff on TikTok about the stupid things that like Biden and Kamala and Trump are all saying. So I'm like, it's just so on par with what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's very relevant and it's funny as hell. And I'm just like making fun of America's politics because it's a literal joke.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I mean, most politics are, but like American seems to be even more because of who they have running.
Mm-hmm. So there's no like deeper meaning to this? It's
no, not at all. Like, there's zero political shit actually involved whatsoever. It's, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's just the idea that they're campaigning for a whore to be in president because it's a better idea than what they have as options.
I love that.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
And not everyone, but there's always the girls that like, they do it with every person's theme. They're like, oh, I don't know if people get it, or I don't know if it's appropriate, or I don't know if like, oh, because President Trump got shot in the ear, like what if it doesn't go over well? I'm like, dude, she did a COVID show and it went over well. I'm pretty sure you can do really fucking anything and it's going to go over well. Like, I love that. I love the controversial.
Yeah.
You always do something very controversial, but you make it very fun and light.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Well, that's the thing. It's like with COVID, everyone went through it and everyone had their opinions, but there was nothing controversial about that, a quarantine and chill.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't put anything controversial in there, but it was relatable to everyone and everyone was talking about it. And I feel like this theme has very similar vibes where it's like, it's super controversial when people actually talk about it, but everyone is talking about it.
Yeah.
So it's great.
I love it too because it's also like we're trying to win a contest, so it is voting. It plays into this whole fucking thing.
It plays into it a bit. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Have you ever found that these contests have caused any drama with friendships for you, relationships especially, any fucking family beef or anything that comes from the contest because it's so public?
No, not at all, actually. No.
Very supportive team.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning of the contest, like I was younger and I just feel like, I wasn't as smart with my words and as careful and like as like empathetic with what people are going through. So I found that like I could be like younger Ania was definitely lippy and bold. And yeah, I've grown into myself, and I know that, you know, being humble and helping people and like being happy for people and being supportive for people is going to get you much farther, and you're going to leave happier and with your friends and stuff. But I think that's just something that you grow out of. Like when you're young, it's an insecure thing that like you are portraying yourself as very confident and stuff, but it's coming across as cocky and bitchy and you're a dick. So yeah, that's not how I want to be perceived. That's not who I am internally either. So I'd rather just, you know, that would be the worst thing that's ever happened. I think there was like drama between contestants when I was younger, and it's literally just because I have an unfiltered mind. And
I remember some stuff because I remember I got in trouble for something you said, and then when they found out that it was you who said it, there was no problem, because the girl, you said like, oh, I think so, and Cruella will make it through on that day, and it was a girl who was on the same day as me, and she thought I said it, so she thought I was just like being a bitch, and then when she found out it was you who said it, she's like, oh, that's fine. Me and Ania are cool. Like what? But she wanted to fight me for a long time. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when people are like, who do you think is going to make it through? And it's like, oh, well, this person and this person. And then people get upset, like, right? So now it's like I'm a little bit more careful with my words. But at the same time, I stand by what I say. Like, if you can't get butthurt, like you just asked my fucking opinion.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, there's also girls that are a little bit sensitive when it comes to this, and like they hear what they want to hear. Like, you make a statement and you can either be like, oh, like that was her opinion, or oh, that was a dig at me.
Yeah.
So that is another thing where I kind of want to defend myself when I was younger, is like I would make statements like that and people would take it wrong, and I'd just be like, yo, what the fuck? And I just wouldn't care.
Yeah.
That they took it wrong. I would be like, yeah, whatever, like, fuck you. If you're going to take it wrong, then that's you. Whereas now I'm more empathetic. Like, people need to get thicker skin, yes, but at the same time, I just try and answer those questions a little bit more carefully, because
vague as well.
Yeah, so that it's just people don't get offended. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like 50-50. I feel like I'm kind of being wishy-washy and going back on like what I'm saying, but yeah, I'm just a little bit more careful with what I say. But if I do say it, I do stand by what I say. So,
and people do take what you say they know your intentions. They really do. And if they don't know you that well. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it really depends on who's getting salty with me about it. Like if it's someone that's my friend, I'll be like, "Hey, do you think that I would ever mean to hurt you?" And if they're like, "No." And I'm like, have I ever done anything to purposely hurt you? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, well, do you think I'm trying to do that right now in this moment? And they kind of realize it.
When your emotions are so fucking high. And you don't have to talk about this if you don't want. We can easily delete it. But your ex, do you remember what he said at your housewarming party? About how he didn't realize until your competition show that like you showed your crotch so openly during your hoop show.
Yeah.
So did he beef with you after finding that out? Like after your show, was he like, what the fuck? You show your show. He knows you're a stripper. He worked in the club and he's like, I didn't know that you showed your butthole that much.
Yeah. Okay. No, he didn't. Okay. And to put that kind of in perspective, people never used to do their aerials naked. That was not a thing. People would take their underwear off after. And I was like, okay.
Wait till the bitter end. Like most girls would do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like girls, even though they were strippers, they used to be just a lot more shy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, girls like it when I'm on the hoop, but I find that I lose the crowd a lot. And like, I'm not about that. I'm all about like, how do I keep the crowd engaged? So I'm like, I'm going to do this butt naked. And I was the first to do it. And I remember doing it and everyone being like, oh my God. And they're like, you just like, people can see into your soul, Ania. Like, I can't believe you do that. Like, that's fucking crazy. And I was like, hey, I make a lot of money. 1, 2, I'm a stripper. I'm not scared to show my pussy. Okay. Like,
and you show like all angles. Like she's spinning while her asshole is just as open as it physically can be. So everyone gets the visual.
Oh, it's spread eagle. Like spread eagle. Like it's out there. But now, I don't know if you've noticed, everyone does it naked now. I'm not the only one fucking showing my soul to the audience.
Yeah.
So, the first time, I think he'd seen me do it because he used to be a bouncer at the club. The first time, I don't really recall if he's seen it prior to the contest, but I think he was bothered just because it was like friends and family. And he's like, I'm sitting there with like people that we, you know, associate with outside of this, just seeing your fucking everything. And there's actually a picture and the people's faces are like, and his face is like grumpy and like mad watching it. And like there's other people like that have the biggest smile on their face, like in awe. They're like, like the picture is hilarious. I should send it to you so we can post it. It's really fucking funny.
That is fucking funny though.
It is so funny. But yeah, no, I think he had said something like a comment, but I stood by it. I was just like, I'm a stripper and I get naked for a living. Like,
and like, how mad can you be? You see me dance all the time. Like,
yeah, and I don't care. And that's another thing that I want to like keep. I want to keep doing that, being like, I'm who I am as a stripper and I'm not going to change for anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to change for other girls just because they think that it's gross. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, I put bills in my mouth sometimes and girls are like, that is disgusting. You put money in your mouth. I'm like, guess what? You're not putting it in your mouth. I am. I don't fucking care. It makes me money. Mm-hmm. Like, in Kelowna, other people put money in their mouths and I'll take it out with my mouth. People fucking love it.
Yes.
And I do it with 20s. I don't do it with like $1 bills. Like,
and these are the same girls that are counting their money and then licking their thumb.
Yeah.
And like unintentionally, our job is just gross. I'm sorry, we're half naked rolling around on a stage that they let the patrons come on to play games and whatnot.
With their feet, yeah.
With their feet and their shoes. And like the porter who's running around the entire club cleaning up the puke also walks all over our fucking stage. Like, and what are we going to do? No more floor work? Our job's dirty. It's the way it is.
Yeah, and I mean, there's other girls that like literally suck on bills and stuff, and I'm like, good for you. That's awesome. Like, I can't stand the actual taste of money, and like that grosses me out a little bit. But I'm not sitting there being like, I can't believe you do that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm not gonna let another dancer. I'm not gonna let a patron, a manager, or a romantic relationship ever control the way I do my show. If I feel good about it, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what works. Mm-hmm. I personally never, ever, I'm too shy. I'm always scared that something's going to come like shooting out of it or something. I don't know. I'm just.
You shitting out of what?
Shooting out of my like vagina.
Oh God. Well, what's up there?
Nothing, but I'm just worried. Like what if there's discharge or something? Like what if you're ovulating? What if you're ovulating? What if it's your period and you forget there's a tampon in there and it shoots out?
Okay, that is actually a huge fear of mine. That's a really
I always
big
wonder
fear.
that. Do you do that move when you're on?
Yes, I don't care.
Has anything ever shot out?
Nope.
Oh my God. I'm supposed to get my period during Stripperlympics finals. Boo.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Are you on any kind of like birth control or anything?
Well, I mean, I'm sterile, so I don't need to.
Oh yeah. So you can't get. I was gonna be like, just keep taking your birth control. It won't happen.
That's bad for you. You shouldn't be doing that.
I know.
Oh God.
My body lets me know that that's bad for me.
One of the questions is your family supportive? Everyone knows that.
Yeah, everyone knows my family is so supportive. Like everyone shows up. Like my mom, my sisters, my auntie, my cousins. Like everyone comes. Just not the boys. All the girls though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this question because I think you'll have a better answer than all the newbies.
Okay.
Who do you look up to? Is there anyone you aspire to be dance-wise? And they can be a celebrity. They can be another dancer from a different city.
No, I don't look up to anybody.
You don't look up to anyone?
No, I do not. I was actually asked this in a job interview. Oh my God, your dog is so extra today.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do to get you off this position.
But yeah, no, I don't look up to anybody, and that kind of sounds like weird, but I was asked this in a job interview, and I was like, no, honestly, I take inspiration from so many different people, and that's just like where I get, that's what I look up to, is like the version of me that has just taken little inspos from everybody. Like if I'm inspired by you, I'm not inspired by you as, so say I looked up to you. I'm never going to be like, everything Kruella does, I want to aspire to be, because that's who you are.
Yeah.
But I aspire to like have your work ethic, or like have, you know what, actually, you inspired me to start like dressing nice all the time. I was like, I want to like dress and like have a style and have a signature look and stuff like that. So that you inspired me for that. And different people inspire me for different reasons. And yeah, I don't idolize anybody by any means.
Yeah.
But bits and pieces of people, yeah, I do.
I felt that way too. I used to really look up 2-3 specific dancers and want to be a mix of all three. And now that I am and created my own being, I still, yes, look at them with admiration, but I don't really look up to them anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I've actually grown past most of these people. And once I really got to know them, didn't really want to look up to them.
Yeah, that's another thing is like I used to, on previous podcasts, we talked about how shitty my one auntie is that I don't talk to anymore, but I used to look up to her so much.
Yeah.
And it just became like such a disappointment later on in life when I was a evolved version of myself and I'm just like, oh my God, I used to look up to you. And now, I just don't. It's like I see people doing well and I'm like, what are they doing that what am I seeking to be like them?
Yeah.
Like I love the Kardashians and I'm like, okay, what do I love about the Kardashians though?
Yes.
Like, and so I pick apart like what I specifically like about them and maybe I use it towards myself.
I think it's smart to do that. I always tell people that I think it's important to be the coolest person you know.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like that person embodies the person I want to be like. They, decorate the way that they want. They dress the way they want, Like, I want to be the embodiment of everything that I think is cool. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I never want to copy someone fully that I think is cool. Because there's only aspects of them that I think is cool. Like, maybe it's their dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, after finding out the dancers I did look up to and how they are outside of dancing, I didn't look up to them anymore. I just got inspiration of what tricks to do and what to learn and how to be better on stage. But when it came to outside the stage, they weren't the people that deserved my attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I don't look up to anybody. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing though. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm very confident in that answer that I do not look up to anybody.
Fuck yeah. I like that. Do you think you'll do the contest again for any reason? Maybe.
Like, but not for a long time. Like, after this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to retire from the contest.
Yeah.
Because I've just done it competitively so much. But, like, maybe in a few years, I might do it as, like, a joke. Like, just be like, I have a funny idea. I'm not going to take it seriously, like, at all. Just do it just to do it because it's fun. Mm-hmm. But this will be the last year that I'm for sure competing competitively, and I want a good few years off. But maybe I would do it one more time before I completely retire from dancing, maybe, if I had a funny theme. But it would literally just be, I want to make it to finals just to be involved in it, but that's it. Like, I wouldn't care to place or anything like that, so.
That's how I would come at it, too, is just like, wow, I have a theme I really want to do, and, like, the props for it.
Just be involved in it again, have a little bit of like nerves and whatnot. So, but this will be the last year that I competitively compete. And I don't want JP to be like, oh, you said this is the last year you can competitively compete and try and get me to compete next year or the year after.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm taking like a hiatus from the competitions for a bit.
Same. What about Miss New Canada? If I came around, would you do it?
Yeah, Miss New Canada, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd have to come back to like Calgary, Kelowna, Edmonton. It would have to come here again. I'm not going across the country to do that contest.
And then we have to find a place to stay and a place for all of our props. And then how do we get all our props down there? And it's all way too much.
It's way too much. And it's just like, it's a different crowd out there. It's set up differently at this point, like a different stage that I'm not used to.
We don't get practice time, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, like if I'm going to put on a good show, I want to put on a good show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd have to make its way back around here.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully. That would be fucking awesome because I feel like it should be a yearly thing and not every 5 years, which it's like at right now.
I feel like it's just whenever someone wants to put it on. I feel like it's very inconsistent, which is unfortunate.
If you could do any theme, budget doesn't matter, timing doesn't matter, size of the stage doesn't matter, any theme, any prop, anything, what would it be?
The same thing I'm doing now because I don't base it off of that. I base it off of like the idea and the creativity of it.
Yeah.
Like if I want to do a theme, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's just based off of like, once I get an idea and the ball starts rolling and ideas just naturally come to me, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
So I don't have a theme that I could think of that's like, I could do whatever. It's like, this is what I want to do.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I feel like we all have a secret, like, oh, I wish it was relevant, or I wish like more people knew. As like people like Serena, I'm sure have a million ideas in their head that they'd like to do on stage, but would the crowd get it? Would they understand it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that put into there. Like, I just want to do a show that's just crows.
Yeah.
That's not even like a theme, really, but that's what I would do.
I would maybe do. I just don't know how passionate I would be about it anymore, but because I've talked about this before, how I like embodied Khaleesi, I'd maybe want to do like a Game of Thrones one. Or I'd want to do like a really sick Western one, like Jolene. Like Jolene's, so last year when I decided not to compete, Jolene and I had the same theme.
Yeah.
Like I wanted the big saloon doors and like the sparklers and like all the things. And she just did it. And then when I pulled out, I messaged her and I was like, hey, yada yada, and I listed off like a bunch of stuff. Like I don't know, she used some of it, she didn't use some of it. Like I wasn't there to really see everything that she did, but I had a lot of similar ideas to her, and like we kind of collabed because I wasn't doing it. So
hell yeah,
yeah,
I love that. I've also wanted to do a goth western, very like Doc Holliday.
Yeah, you've talked about that,
like a skeletal horse.
Yeah. Something like that is really cool, but it's hard to put that stuff together, and sometimes I feel like too much props is just like, okay, we're on like a movie scene now. Like it's just, you came here to be, it's Stripper Olympics. So
yeah, it's also a theme I don't think I could embody. Okay. I don't think I could do like the dark, spooky, sexy.
Yeah, because you're so funny and like gimmicky.
And like music, like I'd want it to be like slow Johnny Cash, like Civil Wars, what other bands? I don't know. Cool, like Teskey Brothers maybe.
Yeah.
But like that's all not my BPM. Not my tune, wouldn't be able to make it fun, but oh God, I'd kill to see it, to dance to it, to do it. Yeah, just to experience it.
I really want to coach girls actually.
Yeah,
like after I'm retired, I'd like to coach them and be like, hey, we'll come in once a week and practice this stuff. I'm gonna teach you these things. Like this is my idea. Like I'd love for someone to just like, I honestly wouldn't even require money. It's like, I'm gonna give you these ideas and I'm gonna be there for all your practices. You just got to do what I'm telling you to do. And I promise you'll be in I can't promise, but like, it's a good fucking chance you'll be up there, you'll be in the finals.
Yeah.
Cause it's like similar things that we do. It's like, that's why you make it into finals. Like you practiced, you rehearsed, you made sure things don't go wrong. Like, and then when people watch it, they're like, wow, that was a seamless show.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I'd love to teach somebody that.
Absolutely.
And someone that's not creative but has a lot of talent, like, hi. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do it, but I have a very creative mind. So
I fucking am exactly the same. I want to be involved next year more than just hosting. And especially because we're not competing, I feel people will be more open to our suggestions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone gets that in their head. Like maybe they're sabotaging or maybe they thought it was a dumb idea for them to do it. Now they're pushing it on me or what the fuck ever. But I do think that's important for us to like carry on the legacy.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be like all of us working really hard and awesome and then like a plateau to being lazy. But I don't think it'd get like that anyway with how the girls are progressing.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking crazy nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everything is getting like bigger and better. Like people just want like more and whatnot. But have I talked about it on the podcast about how when I competed in Australia, like they had coaches? Did I talk about that on the podcast?
I think we talked a little bit about it. Yeah.
So if you didn't hear it, or if you did, I'm sorry, I'm repeating it. When I competed in Australia, there was a contest that was happening and it was a month away. And I'm like, I want to be in this contest. And they're like, no, like you can't because like girls have been training for this for a long time. You need like a floor coach. You need a dance coach. You need an aerial coach. You need all of this. And I was like, I don't. I was like, I promise you I don't. And then they're like, no, like you do. And I convinced them to let me show them what I had. And they're like, okay, you don't. But anyway, they did. Like there was girls that had never competed before and you would never know. They had a full choreographed set.
Yeah.
Everything went right. Everything was smooth. No one's show was fucked up. Everyone knew what was going on. The DJs were a part of it. There was like a stage hands were a part of it. There was a stage manager that was like helped choreograph everything. Your music had to be approved. Like everyone's music was cut properly to, I think our shows were only allowed to be like 9 minutes long.
Holy fuck.
So it was like really short, but everyone's shows, it was just so perfect and organized. And yeah, and I was like, that's amazing because it's like no one's being thrown to the wolves.
And hear that, JP?
And everybody like had to go through these steps. Like they made an exception for Demi and I, but yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Like I get that a lot of people probably want their own creative whatever.
Yeah.
But if the option, like you could hire us as coaches, I think that'd be fucking sick.
I love that. And I do think more girls should be in charge of a lot of running the contest because then like the little details get taken care of. Where people are showering, who exactly is doing fire, who has explosives. Does everyone have their music mixed? I think that should be mandatory. That everyone has one song they play, and it's one long mixed song that they paid a DJ to do, so that, you know, everyone is less stressed.
Yeah.
Everybody. I think that's very fucking
Well,
smart.
it is that they're making a lot of changes now because like before, people didn't even practice. Like people literally didn't practice.
I
And
remember.
now,
Yeah.
the day of your show, you get like there's scheduled practice prelim times to go through with the DJs and stuff, but that never used to be a thing ever.
Yeah.
So it's like cool that now it's a thing.
Yeah. And they'd like master your show by the last day, and by then it's like finals, everything's done.
Yeah.
Everything's taken care of.
Yeah, but could you imagine everyone having it mastered the first time you perform?
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God.
That would be insane. That would be that's how it was. Like it just ran so fucking smooth.
But that's how it would be with a coach, right? Because like we get everything. You have to schedule the time that you take your shoes off. What about when you get your water and you re-chalk your hands? Like a lot of people don't put this into their show. Even setting up your fire show, so many girls are like, okay, I don't know much fire, so my song's 2 minutes. I'm like, you're going to have 30 seconds of fire. And then you're going to panic and be like, oh, now I have to put on my next song is coming. And like, where do I put my torches safely? You need time to set and tear down everything.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing. And I think people really need to consider that.
Yeah, like I literally I time myself how long it takes me to put my shoes on, and then I choreograph it into my songs.
Yeah.
So that I'm not rushing or missing my cues or anything like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, with being nervous and being around all the excitement and everything, do you think that you'll be there every night to watch the shows, or do you think that would make you more nervous?
No, that wouldn't make me more nervous. I love watching. I think it gets me hyped up.
Yeah.
Especially when I see people doing good.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah. I don't know. There's like an energy. It's like a power energy when everyone's show's going right. And you're like, I'm next. It's my fucking turn. What I do hate to see is girls fucking up. Like the shows like are like, if everyone's fucking up, I'm like, that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
So you'd think that like people would be like, yeah, everyone fucked up. But that makes me nervous. Like I want everyone's show. Like I want to watch people.
And if I'm competing, I want to compete against the best. I don't want to win because someone tripped and fell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely want to be against the best, beat the best, you know?
I don't know. Yeah, it gets me excited. Like when I see someone killing it, like I feed off of that energy. And I was actually saying last night, I need the one thing that I haven't had yet, I'm really fiending for is I need a regular night. And I just want to go out and do like my regular show and to kill it. I need the audience to erupt. I need that energy because if I get it, I'm like, yeah, I got it. I'm ready. I need that one show. And I'm hoping, because tonight there's a Sam Hunt concert and a football game. So I'm really hoping that the people that come into Shade like are good.
Amped up. Yeah.
Amped up so that like just to give me that final, like, you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are you nervous for the meeting?
The meeting is probably the most nerve-wracking part. I have this thing where I untape and retape my hoop during the meeting because it keeps if I'm doing something, I'm not nervous. I'm not anxious. So I have to like almost keep busy, but it has to be busy to do with the contest. If I'm at the gym, I'm like, I could be doing something for the contest. So I like put my headphones in and I listen to my music while I'm on the treadmill or like lifting weights.
But that is so fucking important. I think people need to listen to their music so much before their show. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You should be sick of your music by the time you're performing.
Absolutely fucking sick. You should know every little nuance of every stupid song. Of like, that crunk song. I tell him not to talk at all during it because there's literally a sound that goes before the and like that's how I know when to kick out, because if I don't hear it, then my whole show is fucked.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have one of those in a couple of my songs too.
Yeah, where you're your cue.
You're cue.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to know your cues.
Yeah. All right, so this all starts on Monday, which is when this episode will come out.
Okay.
So you're going to know your time and everything like that. So make sure you're paying attention to all the social medias and following the Stripper Olympics 2024 page to see her show live. Follow her on Instagram, follow our OnlyFans and every other social media platform to keep updated with this. And we're excited to see you at Stripper Olympics.
Yeah, can't wait, guys.
Be safe, wear a condom, wear a helmet, and tip your dancer.
Bye.